Can you see them? Can you see them? Right in front of you. Can you hear them? Can you hear them? Right in your ear. Can you feel them? Can you feel them? All around you. They're stirring up quite a lot of dust. First there was one and it wasn't so nasty, it just said it wanted to play, and so you let it play. Every single day in your ear it would call your name. It would say it wanted to play, it just wanted to play. Sounded so friendly, it just sounded so friendly. I'm telling you now, it wasn't too friendly. First there was one and it wasn't so nasty, and then there were two and it wasn't too bad. They just said they wanted to play, so you let them play. They grew a little louder, but that was to be expected of brothers and sisters. That was to be expected. First there was one and it wasn't so nasty, and then there was two and it wasn't too bad, and then they brought the whole family. The cousins, the aunts, the uncles, the brothers, the sisters, the moms and the dads. You had gathered quite a crowd, and crowds are rather noisy. So you had them there, and they're calling your ear, and they're calling your name every second of the day. Now they were shouting in the middle of the classroom, shouting in your ear. They're shouting over there and shouting up in the air, and they seem to be swirling around you. They saw you quite entertaining to play with, so now they're just going to be around you, and you have the whole family. You've gathered quite a crowd. And of course it wasn't their fault, and it wasn't quite your fault either. You thought they were friendly, and it just turned out not to be the case. So it wasn't your fault and wasn't theirs either. They didn't ask for this and neither did you. They thought they were just playing a game. As we all know, this is not quite true. And so here we have it. Now you're on the floor in the middle of the classroom. They're yelling in your ear and they're yelling everywhere, and what they're yelling does not seem to be quite right. They used to say that they just want to play, and now they're not saying that at all. To you they're saying off with your head, and that isn't quite their call. What they seem to be saying and what you're actually hearing are two very different things. And the lights went dark, and now you're in a padded room. It seems to be quite silent. There is no violent yelling, there is no violent screaming, there's nothing saying off with your head anymore. There doesn't seem to be such a worry, except for the fact that you're in a padded room and you seem to have a white jacket on that's restricting your limbs. That's the only worrying part of this. But of course not all good things can last, for soon they started to come back, and they just wanted to play. So now you've gathered quite a crowd, yet again, and they're being quite loud, and there doesn't seem to be any place to escape now. They've come back and they are yelling and they are screaming at you. How dare you leave us alone? We just wanted to play, we wanted to be friends, but now all you're hearing again is off with their head. Off with their head. But this is what you're hearing because you seem to have gone a little loopy in the mind. Because they seem to be playing mind games even though they didn't quite realize it. This isn't their fault and this isn't yours either. You could blame it on the God, but you could also blame it on the devil. Or you could blame it on nobody else and just see that it's quite... You've got yourself into quite a situation. You throw yourself onto the bed, but the screaming just won't stop. They just want to play. They're friendly, they say. But this isn't what you're hearing, because you've gotten a little loopy. And this is not what you're hearing because they used to be friendly, and they seem to turn on you because they just wouldn't shut up. And they seem to start yelling at you in the middle of the classroom, but now it's in the middle of a padded room instead. And this room is pretty much empty, except for a bed. You still don't know how you got here. All you know is that they're screaming again, and you want them to stop, but it just doesn't seem to end.